Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSP News, the unreliable ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newsroom. And welcome to the Galtopia News Network, your unreliable source for DSP News. This is the Snort Report. I hope you guys are ready. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to celebrate, rather late of course, a monumental situation, a monumental event in the life and times, in the rise, fall, and the subsequent tragedy, which is Darkseid. This right here, to be honest, is one of many moments, but I feel it's the crown jewel that actually pushed Phil into infamy. Now, let me reiterate. If you guys have been with this channel for any period of time, I've never been one to consider Phil as famous. Well known, maybe in his better, his better times, but never famous. But I will certainly say that he is infamous. And that really is what he is. He's infamous. And it's a shame that he can't capitalize on it because there would be money to be made. But instead, he allowed other people to capitalize off of him and profit off of him. Is what it is. They put in the time that he wasn't willing to. They deserve to be paid for it. So that's what we're going to actually talk about today. Now, this was going to be a gout and wine, and it still will. Because there's other stuff out there, like there's other clips that he said in different times and so on and so forth, and there's different reactions for people. It's amazing. So it might turn into a gout and wine at a later time, but I'll cover this now because I think it's important. And it was his 3-year anniversary and so on and so forth. So I'm going to take you guys back to the year of 2016, May 1st of 2016, when the accident happened. Then I'm going to take you to May 2nd of 2016, where Phil talks about it, and then we're gonna jump ahead 3 years, and then we're gonna talk about the celebrating his anniversary, and then what he had to say after that. So let's get into the situation in general. Phil basically was caught flapping off on stream. He was caught flapping off on stream. He had denied it, and so on and so forth. Machinima had videos allegedly taken down on his behalf to try to suppress it. It basically made it around fast. They made it into different online news sites, made it into articles. People had a great chuckle over it. Phil was pissed off. Phil was extremely mad about it, obviously embarrassed. And then later on, he started to come to the realization that, you know what, I might as well go with this, and so on and so forth. And he tried to profit off of it. He tried to take advantage of the hype for a little while and eventually faded out. You could say in a similar way as Vince McMahon tried to capitalize or tried to play the good guy or the face after he screwed Bret Hart after the Montreal screw job. And there's some correlations there, except for obviously Phil is nowhere near Vince McMahon's intelligence, so it is what it was. But for the first couple weeks, that's what Vince did. He tried to play face and say Bret screwed himself. But anyway, we'll talk about that because I'm actually working on that as we speak, the Montreal screw job video. So we'll talk about that. Anyway, I got 4 videos in this broadcast for you. Let's not delay any further. Let's get right into it. The first video is by a channel called That Is 100% a Lie. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do. I'll leave the link to this video down in the description. Check it out and then subscribe to the channel. They have meme moments in Phil's history. Memology has a channel that's similar to that, so does Mighty D. If there's any other channels out there that you find that are similar to this channel, send it to me. Send it to me. So anyway, we're here with 100% a Lie, DsPgaming, The Accident, The Flapping. Oh, the camera was on extended footage, so that should be good. Second video is by a channel called CamO, talking about the flapping incident on stream. This video took place on May 2nd of 2016. Now we're gonna jump ahead 3 years. Okay, so first video is by one of our favorites, Burnell, DsPgaming, celebrating 3-year anniversary. The debate. It's the meme's fault. And the last video of the broadcast is also by Burnell. I didn't do anything wrong. The incident was an accident in singing Toxic. So that's what you guys have to look forward to. I'm recording this on a Sunday. I actually had a pretty good weekend. It's pretty productive, to be perfectly honest with you, on this whole GTG Network Productions situation, not only on this channel, but on another channel. And so that was kind of cool. and I went out and actually did stuff. You know what I'm saying? I didn't stay in here cooped up in the newsroom all weekend. Actually went out, had a pretty good time, and so on and so forth. And hopefully your weekends went well too, wherever state that you're living in and whatnot. The weather was nice, so hopefully you guys were able to take advantage of that. If you're not listening to this on Sunday and you're listening to it on Monday, I hope your news I hope your news week goes well, which it's shaping up to be pretty good. And hopefully your work week goes well, or school, or whatever it is that you do, whatever your hustle, whatever your grind is. I hope it goes well for you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I think introductions are over, so let's go ahead and get into the situation. This is the Snort Report, and this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network Productions. You guys all know the slogan, and it is Sunday morning, ladies and gentlemen, and you guys all remember and reminisce waking up and smelling that Sunday morning breakfast, that bacon, those eggs, French toast, or cinnamon buns, or whatever the case may be. Whatever it is that inspires a rather joyous moment for you as it pertains to Sundays. That's what you're smelling right now. Well, you're not smelling it, but I'm about to get started on it, though, because I don't smell no bacon cooking, which means it's time to watch me work. Feeling good today. Okay, so before anybody says, hey, there's no audio or you guys aren't hearing anything, this is just how it started off. A whole lot of dead air. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with, it is 100% a lie. DSP Tries it. The accident. The flapping. The camera's on. Extended footage. Like I said, there's a lot of dead air. At least in the beginning. Here we go. There's our boy right there. Looks like he just crawled up out of bed. Had to wait for Panda to go ahead and pull off from the parking lot. From the driveway, I should say. Go ahead and flip the laptop on. And let's see what's on Pornhub today. Yes. Let's see here. Yeah. I really should be checking emails right now, but I think I'm looking at getting into some booty today. That's how we're doing it. Let's see here. Yeah. Now let me pause for a minute, because I'm gonna probably do a little bit of narration over this before we get into the meat and potatoes of it all. Okay, so this is how the situation is. I wish I actually had grabbed a picture of his office setup, so I could have given you guys a better visual. So Phil currently is looking at his laptop, yeah? Alright, and then off in that far corner over there, that you see him kind of shooting off to every once in a while, is his main PC, is his desktop. Now, Theo, and a couple others, but Theo, I think, is the first person I ever heard say it, had come up with the theory that maybe Phil has like a board or something right there, or maybe he used to, I should say, have a board right there that he reads off. You saw it in the El Crimson Kings video, too. That maybe Phil looks at it, maybe he references stuff off of, or whatever. It's super funny whether it's true or not. Whatever it is, there was something that Phil was looking at off to the side here, outside of his laptop, which would lead one to believe he should have known what was going on. The reason why I bring all that up, or I say that to say this, is that some people theorize that this was all fake. This was all a publicity stunt. Now, most of you are like, well, why would Phil do something stupid like that? There was a female Hearthstone player. She was cute. She was definitely cute as hell. And she had, I think this was around this time, actually. It was definitely before this, I think. She had finished a session of Hearthstone. I think she was on Twitch at the time. She had finished a session of Hearthstone. She told everybody thank you, yada yada yada, and she thought she turned off the stream. Allegedly, allegedly it was all a work. She gets up off stream, shuts some stuff down, leaves off the screen for a minute, then comes back, and then proceeds to basically give everybody a live cam show. And it was pretty well done. If anybody who's seen it, it's pretty well done. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it just like that. You guys will have to do your research on your own. In any case, that I definitely should be linking that in a YouTube video. Definitely not a good idea. But anyway, but she actually caught a lot of praise off that, to be honest, and that really boosted her up. I think she does porn now. But yeah, so she got a lot of light off that. So some people thought that maybe Phil was trying to go that route. Obviously not porn, because he's not built for that. But he was going to use it to get himself some publicity. It sounds funny. Do I think he did it? No. I don't think so. It sounds funny, though, but I don't think so. But then again, if any of you guys who have seen the footage, it looks shaky. It doesn't look too legit. Now, let's talk about the next part of that argument. Where was Panda at? Now, the theory was that Panda was in the next room, but she wasn't. She said on Twitter that she was actually at work. I believe she addressed that on Twitter, that she was like, I wasn't there for it, so it is what it is. She kind of laughed it off. And according to the most recent lore, actually, we're going to save that. We're going to save that for the end of the video. No, fuck it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later. And up to the current lore, he addressed this in the 7 Years of Slander. It was all Panda's fault. It was all Panda's fault that he sitting here, that he jerked off in public. So, funny stuff. I'll add more to it as we go along. Here we go. That's Panda's fault. Oh yeah, shouts out to the person in the comment section of the last video who had said that it's a widow's peak is what Phil's hairline is turning into. That's what I was thinking, but I didn't think of it. So thank you very much for pointing that out. Oh boy. And I also know that the last video was kind of tough. It was very rough, and there were some moments. So this should be a little bit more lighthearted, to be honest. Oh boy. It's like the countdown to failure. Holy shit. It's like watching a house slowly get ready to burn. God damn. It's so disappointing. And the thing is for someone like Phil, because I'm just going to narrate this part. For someone like Phil, who is almost obsessively checking everything over here, you would think he would know better. You would think. I don't know. Let's see. I guess so, I guess Pornhub doesn't have anything. We're going to go and check another site. You're going to go through emails. You're going to see who's on the block list. You're going to check and see if Brightside Viking went ahead and dropped off his daily stipend to you. What are we doing here, Phil? What are we going at? Checking Twitter? You trying to see what SOK had to say about you? Oh shit! Because SOK was on top at that time. Maybe he's going through the Detractor videos. It's like, guess what we'll watch today? It's so bad. It's literally watching a car wreck before it actually happens. You know it's going to happen. You know it. And you're kind of just sitting back waiting on it. Oh boy. No, Phil, no! Oh my god. And the thing is, to be honest, since I'm still here talking, he should have made a Teespring, because I don't think he had Cafe Press at this time. I'm actually covering that on another channel. He should have actually done a Teespring shirt for that, for this right here. He really should have done it. Oh boy, looks like looks like he's getting revved up. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. It's like gout NASCAR. Oh, this is gonna be so bad. Phil, why? Why would you subject yourself to such a terrible thing? Oh shit. I'm kind of tempted just to put some relaxing music on for him. You know, I'm gonna do it. I'm I'm gonna be generous about it. I'll see you guys in just a second. I'll see you guys in just a second. What do I have for this? Do I have anything good? Let's see here. We can give him that. No, I'm not gonna tank. I don't want to do that. That's a good song. Do I have some? I guess I could give him the intro. I don't want to do that though. I don't want to give him weekend relaxation, despite the fact that's what he was trying to do himself. I'm not doing that. Sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to hear my voice. You're gonna have to hear my voice over this. Look at him. Oh, Phil. How is it that you have a girlfriend that's like between 10 and 11 years your junior? You telling me you couldn't have gone ahead and broken her off with a good half hour worth of work before she went to work? You telling me you couldn't have done that? Really, Phil? This is what you do. This is what it came down to, man. God dog. And like I said, if you need to squeeze one out, you need to squeeze one out. But you gotta do it in your office? Wait a second. Don't you write your office off? Don't you write this room off as your office, and so you say, as a workspace? So theoretically, you recording this, I guess, worked out because this is content, right? Stupid son of a bitch. Look at you. Oh my god. And to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, if he has kids, oh boy, this is, oh boy, they're gonna have to carry this with them for the rest of their lives. So sad, actually. It's actually kind of sad. So sad. Sympathy sniff. So sad. And now that I think about it, Phil, don't you have a... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Houston. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Now, the question is, ladies and gentlemen, is it Houston we have liftoff? Or is it Houston we have a problem? Actually, the problem part hasn't happened yet. We're still waiting on liftoff here. So bad. Oh. What are you doing, Phil? Are you skipping around in the porn? Or are you trying to find the best part? Is this a scene that you've watched before? I feel like you're just kind of... I feel like you're familiar with the scene that you're watching. Oh, boy. Oh! Oh, boy. Well, at least we can say that PewDiePie, Ninja, Markiplier, none of those people ever had this problem. Only Darkside. And the thing is, right, is it's only Darkside Phil. Really, when you think about crazy ass shit like this that you would never suspect to happen, you always think, oh, well, Darkside Phil it probably happened to him, or it could happen to him. That's crazy to have the reputation of either just stupid shit or just stupid embarrassing shit would happen to you. You're the first person they would think of. It's absolutely insane. It really is. It's so insane. Oh, boy. Uh-oh, we looking up a new porn star now? And she wasn't doing it for you today, huh? Should have really wrote down some names for you or something. Oh, well. And the thing is, too, now that I'm sitting here actually watching this in its entirety... Oh, you took a drink, too. So, wait a second. Did you already lift off once and you're going back for seconds? The fuck is this? Is this round 2? Oh shit, ladies and gentlemen, this might be round 2. He might have finished... Holy shit. Amazing. Just amazing. But anyway, I can see why people might have been suspicious that this was all a work, if you will. That this was all a work from the beginning. I could see how this could play out. I can see it. It's crazy how he looks off to his sides like that. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. All right, make sure you got the game ready. Jump from one joystick to another, huh? Oh. You know, now that I think about it, something seems extremely odd about this, to be honest with you. Like, it seems a bit suspect. There's his right arm there, but you can barely see it. There's that infamous looking over there, then looking back over there. And lift off. Head shake. Ugh. And lean forward. Manual band / manual snort. And shutting down Pornhub. And deleting the cookies so Panda never finds out. And see if the PayPal donation from the piggies came in. It's so bad. It is a bit suspicious, though. Now that I'm getting to see it in its entirety, it looks a bit bad. Now we're checking emails on the phone, I think. Trying to take that Kickstarter in. Need the... We go for Route 3, Phil? Let me get up. Maybe he went to wash his hands then? No, didn't wash his hands. That didn't happen. And the tissue should be right there on his little stand there, so that shouldn't have been an issue. So, what are we doing right now? I can see why Phil doesn't keep his cam on for, excuse me. He doesn't keep his camera on for pre-streams anymore. Kind of makes sense not to. Interestingly enough, though, he's not swaying back and forth. But maybe because he has all the tension, maybe all the tension's been released, so maybe he doesn't feel the need to. It's funny, too, because you know how Phil says he's an interactive streamer? If you look at this here, it's 3 years ago, and you look at him now, it's basically a carbon copy. It's a mirror image. It's doing a whole lot of nothing. Probably texting Panda, be like, so, honey, what are we having for dinner tonight? I'd like to really have some pork chops. Because your future replacement made me smothered pork chops and... What did Tevin say? Said smothered pork chops with like mango and pineapple sauce or some shit. Which sounds actually pretty good. Oh boy. Actually, I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think I've... Actually, I think that was supposed to be the next Wine and Doubt. Where we were supposed to go over...
What is up, everyone?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Hello, hello, and welcome. Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
Alright, wait a second. So, sorry, before I got cut off. After everything that you guys just saw, if you guys were actually watching the screen during all this travesty, I don't know. I'll wait till I see comments. Something seems very suspect about all that. Now that I've seen the footage in its entirety, something seems a bit off about this. Just a little bit. Alright, well, it is what it is, right? Alright, let's continue. Let's see what else we can crank out of this.
Now the camera's... Wait a minute. Everything's locked up. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is going on. Something's wrong. Can anyone... Is the stream working? Can anyone hear me? Ah, okay. People are responding now. Alright, stream is working. Good. Hello, Phil in my bed head.
Now, according to Phil's lore, there was only 70 people watching, and they weren't actually even watching. They were talking in the chat. No one was actually paying attention to what was happening on screen. Remember that, because that's going to be important later.
And I recommend everyone... I recommend everyone.
Okay, now this, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of that travesty. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the next day, okay? This is, okay? This is May 2nd of 2016. We are here with CamO, talking about the flapping incident on stream. Sorry. Here we go.
Welcome, everyone. Whether you are a long-time viewer, whether you are a newcomer here just for the first day to see what all the hoopla is about, because of a mishap yesterday, I have seen tons of attention thrown my way. It happens. I think that I've handled it pretty well. In the past, I have been known as a person who unfortunately kind of takes things way too seriously. And when shit happens, instead of kind of rolling with it, I get pissed off. And you know what? That's not the way to handle stuff. And I'm learning, and I'm changing, and I'm evolving, and I'm growing, and I'm trying to do things better. I mean, I've been on YouTube since 2007. Did consistent videos since 2008. But when I started on YouTube, it was a much different animal. And now, today, the way things work is a lot different than it used to be. And I certainly hope that all of you are enjoying the ride. Let's put it that way. Yesterday was quite interesting.
Well, obviously, Panda wasn't.
Wasn't it? Inadvertently. Not intentionally interesting. But hey, that's what happens in life. Sometimes shit that you don't intend goes down. And you live and you learn. Right? I'm certainly not going to hold it against anyone for joking about something that happened that was completely hilarious in my opinion. I mean, I'll be honest, at first I was incredibly embarrassed, but after the initial shock of knowing what happened, I cannot stop laughing about it. Seriously, like the memes, all the shit going on the internet right now is absolutely out of control. I think it's funny. I really do think it's funny. I do. I don't know about anyone else. A lot of people are like appalled. Oh my god! Come on. Yes, because we all know that, you know, it's such an unnatural thing. It's such a horrible, horrendous action. Everyone, you know, whoever has done it should be burned at the stake. Then again, everyone who's done it probably didn't inadvertently live stream it. But that's what happens sometimes. That's the risk that people who put their life out on the internet daily take. And I took the risk, and there was a slip. It wasn't a nip slip, but it certainly was a slip. That was an unintended slip. This is how I play the game!
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's funny. That's funny. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So now for some fun stuff. That's what we do here. Phil's such an idiot. He really is. Oh boy.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
That's hilarious.
Alright guys, so here's the deal.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with one of our favorites, Snort Burnell, DSP Gaming, celebrating 3-year anniversary, the debate, and it's the meme's fault. Now you guys already heard what he said about memes. You already heard that in the early clip. But keep in mind, that was 3 years ago. That was a whole lot of flaps ago. Just keep that in mind. Here we go.
Today's the last day of April, alright? And I'm going to be very honest with all of you. Because I was not here for a week, this month, you know, financially isn't a great month for me. And there's nothing we can do about that. I knew that was happening. I knew it was worth it for me to go to Connecticut and see my parents and get married and get all that done. And there was going to be a sacrifice here. And of course, I'm very nervous about next month because now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford stuff. Alright.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's go ahead and talk about that a little bit. So he's, this is after that secret wedding that he had, right? Despite the fact that, like, April 1st, I think he said that he couldn't afford getting married to Kat no matter what. But we also, you know, it's all part of the marketing scheme, right? So he gets back, and he basically cries broke. Cries broke. And he's been doing that even up till now. To the point where the new thing, which isn't a new thing, it's an old tactic, is basically, hey guys, I don't have enough money to buy these games. I really need your help, or I'm gonna be forced to skip it. This, that, and the third. Bank account is apparently starting to get overdrawn again. And an excuse that he hasn't used in a little while, but he's thrown it back into the rotation, that Twitch is currently, or at that time, I should say, no, currently late with his payment. So those are the funny little things that you have to look forward to in the life and times of Darkside Phil. Here we go.
Your help. I need to raise a lot of money this month. I really need your support right now, folks.
So all I want to say is this. Today, any contributions that you guys lend is much appreciated. So anything you guys contribute today, I much appreciate. Marbles in my mouth. Let's try this again. I'm much appreciated about anything you guys may contribute today. Okay, anything. It's not expected, it's not mandatory, but quite frankly, it's how I keep stuff going. I make almost nothing on YouTube whatsoever, and this month is definitely going to be my worst month ever on YouTube, considering that I didn't upload videos for a week. Oh, and by the way, Days Gone.
I didn't realize that between $35,000 and $50,000 a year is nothing. I didn't realize that. That's just throwing it out there, ladies and gentlemen. Just throwing it out there.
Which I started yesterday. Those videos, part 1 still won't process. Like, I don't know what's up with YouTube, but it refuses to process part 1.
But for me, part 1 of the playthrough was like, that's do or die. That's going to be the part that's going to get the most views out of the entirety of the playthrough. Day 1 views, day 1 inflated views, make the money.
So people can watch the video, but like it never showed up in a lot of places. Like it never showed up on mobile devices, I guess. Like people who use YouTube mobile, the video would never show up. And so at this point, the video has less than 1,000 views because half my viewership can't even see the video. They can't find Days Gone Part 1. And I uploaded it 3 fucking times, and YouTube still won't process it properly. So it sounds to me like YouTube just doesn't like the video file, and I don't even have a video editor anymore. It's not even like I can cut a second off the beginning or end and try to re-edit it. I have no video editor anymore. I can't afford it. It used to be, you know, $300, $400 a year to have Adobe Premiere Pro. I don't even have that anymore. So,
which is amazing that you were paying that much for a product that you weren't even using. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the same idiot, excuse me, who was paying for the luxury package, premium maintenance package for his BMW and never used it either. So there you go. On top of that, Phil, there are literally a bunch of different sites you can go to get free editors. You can go to filehippo.com, for example, or you could go to a detractor. James the Lesser is the person who comes to mind. You could go to him and you can get Sony Vegas Pro. He'd gladly give you one. Just reach out to him on Twitter. Just throwing it out there. He's a nice guy. He really is. He's a friend of mine. I'll send you the link. I promise you he will. Or, Phil, and I think I've mentioned this before, why don't you just send it to one of your pay pigs and have them edit it for you real fast? They might actually do a good job of it. Just saying. You know, it is a thing for larger YouTubers to actually, you know, have editors. Something to think about.
You know, it sucks. It is what it is, man. So, that being said, you know, your contributions keep everything going. It really is your contributions, guys, on streams that are supporting me and keeping me going.
Actually, now that I think about it, if he was to commission somebody, oh, well, can't say that because that means he'd have to pay him. If he was to ask somebody to edit his videos for him, he would have to stream earlier. He'd have to stream earlier so he could get the file to that individual. They can put an hour or two into it and then finally upload it and send it back to him so he can upload it. I still think it's worthwhile. So instead of him starting at 10:30, 11, 11:15, depending on how much gin he had in him the night before, he would have to start at like 7 or 8 o'clock. 7 or 8 a.m. he has to get up. He has to probably be streaming by at least 8. Because he's going to pre-stream it from 8 to 9. He starts gameplay at 9:15 after he uses the bathroom. Yeah. So he would have to start at least at 9 o'clock. Or he would have to start at least gameplay at 9 o'clock, 9:15. If he wanted someone to edit it for him. I don't know. I still think it's a fair sacrifice, to be honest.
You know, oh, he's an e-beggar. Disgusting beggar.
Wow, what a name. Dick N. Cider. The fuck does that mean? Cheers and happy anniversary, Phil. So I guess there's some meme of I guess everyone's just gonna say every day is my anniversary. That's what it is. Every person's gonna say every day is my anniversary. That's what it's gonna be. That's a new meme or something. So, great, thanks. And then he cheered again. He said, if you could go back in time and never play Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, would you? No. No.
If I could go back in time, I'd play them and be even more offensive. Ha 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 ha. Even more offensive. I'd insult even more people.
Oh, silly putty. Oh, silly putty. Oh, you slapper joke. Silly putty. Silly putty. Silly putty. Oh, is that what you guys are talking about?
In truth, if he had to go back in time, he would definitely do things over. You know he would. You know he would. Because think about all the opportunities he's pissed away. I'll do a video on that one day. I'll do a broadcast on that. But he's pissed away a shitload of opportunities and whatnot. And I'm not just saying off of the whole Metal Gear Solid situation, but just how he treated people. If he could redo it, he probably would. The question is, does he actually have the capacity to do it? Can he look deep within himself and actually be a decent human being? That's what it really comes down to. It's not merely the opportunity, because, you know, you really can't go back. You really can't go back, and he's not willing to change himself now. But even if he was able to go back, could he actually pull it off? Sadly, I'm going to tell you no. DSP News.
Oh, you're talking about the stupid incident. I had no idea. I totally, I don't even think about that shit anymore. You're talking about
The incident. Oh, splashed, and then it got on my hand. So my hand's like sticky, and it fucking splashed all over me. What the hell? It seriously and splashed all over my face and my pants. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Drying myself off here. What the shit? Fucking exploded all over me. Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, I'm okay now. I've dried myself off. This thing goes all over me. Okay. What is up, everyone? Hello, and welcome. Oh, the camera's on.
Cue the Seinfeld.
Oh. Fapping on stream.
oh my god. I totally forgot. I mean, I don't even remember when that shit happened. That was what, 2016?
In mid-2016, I accidentally streamed myself masturbating.
Okay, that's what people... And it confused me because yesterday or the day before someone had said it, but it wasn't that. It's tomorrow. It's actually May 1st, I think, right? Alright, now I understand what the hell you're talking about. The incident! Every time that I say the incident, I have to play that sound effect from now on. Every time we bring it up, we have to... Yes. So, damn, that was 3 years ago. Can I explain? I don't think people want me to explain. If you explain, you may be scarred for life, so I don't think we're going to be doing that. But, okay, now at least now I understand what people are talking about. Now I'm in the loop. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. That's one of the things that I'll never live down, but at the same time, what are you going to do? It happened, right? I'm just going to lean in and say, you're so chill with people memeing you. I don't care if people meme me as long as it's not something malicious. So, like, The incident, it happened. And it was something, you know, that I admitted to, and, you know, I don't care. What are you gonna do, right? It happened. But if you're gonna make shit up and meme insulting things about me, that...
Was that leg scratch actually admitting it? That's not the case at all. I don't know.
Aren't true? That's not cool. You know, I don't care. A lean-in ban, there's nothing wrong with that meme. That's fine. You know, it's true. It's something that happens, and, you know, I've got an emote for it and everything. I don't mind that. You know, but if you're gonna meme things that are insulting and or slanderous that aren't true, that's different. There's a difference between memes that are true and you know, in good natured humor, and things that are meant to hurt. You know what I mean? And the problem is some people don't know the difference.
Be like, oh, I'm a crotchety old 36-year-old streamer, and I don't like the memes, so I banned them from my chat.
Dick N. Cider just cheered and said, memes don't need to be true, that's why they're memes. But the problem is, a negative meme that's completely untrue can catch on just for being a catchy meme, and now people think it's true because they're stupid. That's the problem. Some of us understand. We're mature enough and old.
So how the hell are you gonna... See, this is the reason why, yet again, you can't get any support. Or you can't get any new support. A meme is a meme. Someone sees it, they think it's funny, and they spread it around, they spread it around. It is what it is. To sit there and call them stupid because they don't know the backstory behind a meme is a bit atrocious, to say the very least. It's a meme. It's something to be laughed at and moved on, to be honest. A new meme is created, multiple memes are created every day. It is what it is. And it can only really hurt you if you let it. I mean, come on, dude, you're in your 30s. You should know this. Also, you're not new to internet culture. This is something that you should have a general understanding of. I don't know.
To know. A meme isn't necessarily something that's true, it's just something silly. Sadly, some people are dumb and they think it's true. So, you know, you have a really insulting, slanderous meme about someone that goes viral. That's not good, you know. Kanji Monster cheered and said, it's hard to tell which are good memes and which are bad memes. You should make a chart. I'll make a flow chart, all right?
There's no need to do that because I would say the majority of memes that are on Dark Side Phil are real and they can be backed up. There is actual proof on it. And that's the ones that he doesn't like. If he can't profit off of it, or if it's not something he can shake off, then all of a sudden it's a negative meme. And who dictates that? Phil does. Phil only goes with what he's comfortable with and what he isn't. And that's no fun. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't help anybody. You know what I'm saying? He's just going to sit there and be a whiny little child about it. But you did it, or you said it. And you can sit there and keep throwing out these different nuances on, oh, you guys took it out of context, or that's not what I meant, or this, that, and the third. Then why didn't you clarify it right then and there? Or when initially the meme, in air quotes, was brought up to you, why didn't you clarify then? You didn't do that. You went ahead and basically talked down to the person who brought it up, and then you had them banned. So since there was never any clarification of it all, people ran with it. And the more and more it pissed you off, the more and more people spread it around. You did it to yourself.
A meme flowchart explaining the best, most wholesome memes, and then the most toxic, disgusting memes.
I got married in Connecticut. That is correct. I got married in the state of Connecticut when I was there. I had to lie because I never told you the truth. I didn't feel like it was going to benefit anyone. This whole thing was 100% like a clandestine operation. Wow, Phil's a scammer. He's a piece of underhanded shit. He's been lying to his viewers and fans for so long. And basically saying that, you know, he was raising money for taxes, but all that money obviously went to pay for this wedding that he didn't tell us about, and he scammed us, and no one would have ever contributed if he had said it was for a wedding instead of something important like taxes, and this is fucked up, and he's really screwed the pooch. And like I said,
you did. Because you can't prove, first off, you won't even tell us where the money went. That's the first thing. Second, you won't even prove where it went. And 3, you did get married. You can sit there and try to down talk, oh, my parents covered this, my parents covered that, my parents did this, my parents did that. But at the end of the day, where's the money that was given to you that you are currently begging for right now? That's what the problem is. Just like the whole situation with the tax attorney, the CPA, the tax preparator, whatever you want to call him. Now you're saying that he got you onto he has you established on the payment plan, but you haven't paid him yet. Like, there's all kinds of things that just don't sound right. And that's what people call you out on. And you can't just wave them off and not think there's going to be some consequences. Not necessarily from the individual or individuals in question, but from those in your fan base who are looking at the situation and being like, I think we got played. Because that's what happened. And that's why Phil can barely get any money now. Which is ironic, to be honest. DSP News.
Viewers and followers who trust me anyway are going to believe me anyway. And so, things are going to continue as business as usual.
And then the memes that are kind of walking the line, the edgy memes that are walking the line. What is going on? Dick N. Cider says you don't understand meme culture. Oh no, see, I do understand meme culture. It's stupid. I'm not dumb. I understand meme culture. It's for brainless people who like to feel like they're a part of something that's like a viral movement. Oh, I know something that other people know.
You know, it's funny, because if it was in his benefit, he wouldn't be saying that. He really wouldn't. He really, really wouldn't. And the thing is that so many people who are part of Phil's little piggy cult over there enjoy memes too, because, more and more of them, and this is a good thing, by the way, more and more of them are branching out to other streamers. You're basically insulting the very people that you depend on. The world is bigger than Darkside Phil, but for whatever reason in Phil's little bubble, he doesn't see that, he doesn't see that nor understand it. And he wonders why he keeps failing. And he can only keep blaming the detractors, trolls, and haters so long. Like, personal accountability is a factor in the situation. Like, how long does someone have to fail until they realize, I need to do something different? You're not happy with what you're doing. You're not happy with the outcome of what you're doing. You obviously want better for yourself, and if this baby is a thing, you're definitely going to need to. So why not change now? Why does it come across, at least in Phil's mind, why does it come across that, oh, if I change it, I'm selling out? Even if the kid doesn't exist, or there is no kid, right? You want a better life for yourself, don't you? You lived high off the hog, no pun intended, I lied, that was a pun intended, but you've been living high off the hog, well, you had, for a while. Do you not miss it? And if you do miss it, do you not think it's not worth working a little harder to get back to it? You jumped into that, or you fell into it by luck. It's possible you could get back there, possibly. Because, like I said, he's infamous, not famous. He can still profit off of that. There's a market for that. There really is. And for whatever reason, he's lazy. That's the first thing. And he's scared. That's another obvious thing. But also, he's complacent. Like, he's complacent. Like, he expects to live off of other people than do anything himself. But then he cries and complains about people who restream his content, this, that, and third. Even though, as a disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't matter anymore, because he's already come out and publicly admitted he doesn't care what people do with his footage. So even then, with that whole restreaming thing, Phil, that don't even matter, because you've already given everybody the okay to use it. So even then, that just doesn't seem a bit worthwhile. If some of you guys are doubting the validity of that statement, you go back to his, I think it was in his 7 Years of Slander video. He actually says he doesn't care what people do with his footage. So that right there is it. That's kind of the nail in the coffin on that. Can't keep blaming Tevin anymore. Not that you really had any valid foothold to blame him in the first place. You provide bullshit. You provide shit. And Tevin stepped in, and he makes it palatable. He makes it entertaining. You should be so glad, to be honest.
And when we say the same things, we recognize each other for saying said things. So now we feel like we're part of a greater whole, and we have more purpose than previously being out of the loop. You know, you feel like you're cool. You're a hipster, right? I'm a cool hipster because I understand that meme. And it's dumb as shit. And in reality, memes don't mean anything. In reality, they're completely worthless.
If memes don't mean anything, then why do you get so mad when it doesn't make any sense to you? How does that make any sense at all? You're actually contradicting previous statements that you've made. You're contradicting it. Because Phil is the first one to give you an attitude if you make a joke about something and he doesn't understand what it is. He's the first person to do that. And that's just about jokes. He's done the same thing with memes also. And I'm sorry, Phil, but the world doesn't happen on Twitter. The whole world and everything that happens in it It doesn't happen on Twitter. It doesn't happen, or it's not broadcast to you by the, 58 or 60 people or whatever the number it is of people that you follow. I'm sorry. And even with all the people who you see on their timeline, you're not catching everything. That's your own fault. No one told you to be a shut-in. Just because you work from home doesn't mean you're a prisoner to this shit. Just saying. DSP News.
Way for people to try to get more kind of value out of who they are and think that they're intelligent because they understand a meme. In reality, it doesn't mean anything. You could be a brainless idiot and understand a meme. So, you know, just saying, you know, meme culture is
You
stupid.
can be a brainless idiot and understand a meme. Keep that in mind.
I'll put up with it because I understand it's something that people are into. And like I said, if there's memes that are funny or innocent and they're not meant to harm, that's okay. But I'm not going to sit here and be okay with memes that are meant to be really nasty, toxic shit. Okay?
Ah, the salty tears.
Over 1,800 milligrams of sodium. This is one of the saltiest things.
Vote Democrat says, is there a reason why why my toxic meme is offensive? It seems innocent enough, but don't know your take on it. I don't honestly know. Like,
From what I'm to understand, the meme originated in one of my runs through like Dark Souls where I got toxic during the game, and I yelled out, "Why am I toxic?" Because I was so frustrated of why I was getting turned toxic and dying from it. And then people took that audio clip and turned it into like, you know, oh, Phil's a toxic person. Look, his streams are toxic and he's toxic. It's 100% true.
Yet again, something else he could have profited from and he didn't. Just imagine if, when Phil saw that, having, I mean, all Phil's shirts are shit anyway, but, you know what I'm saying? Imagine him having a shirt was, oh, I don't even want to give him any ideas now, because I'd rather save that for myself or for somebody else, but just imagine him having a shirt, I'm not going to even talk about the design now that I have envisioned in my head, but says, "Why am I toxic?" And then on the back, DSP Gaming since whenever it was established, or whatever, or Dark Side Phil since whenever it was established, or why am I toxic? And then on the back, the true king of hate, whatever. Like, you can go anywhere with that shit, and he never did nothing with it. And you never did nothing with it, Phil. Like, that's the whole point. Like, why Phil doesn't have a lean in manual band shirt in the works is beyond me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be the type of asshole if I ever decide to get in the merch. I'm definitely going to have a lean in manual snort. I'm definitely going to have that shirt. For sure. For sure, for sure. I haven't figured out how exactly I'm going to do it yet, but it's going to have something to do with a boardroom. It's going to have something to do with a cute pup in a sharp suit. And there will be probably some pig hanging over the other side of that table, leaning over. Just saying. Snorting it up. I don't know how exactly I'm going to work it yet, but it's going to be something. You could be profiting off of this. Other bigger creators have. It's the fun part of having memes around you, is what you can do creatively with it. If not you, at least people in the audience, or people in your fan base, however you want to word it. And yet again, he can't see any of that. This is what I mean, ladies and gentlemen, about letting your pride and your ego get the best of you. Where he's in such a desperate situation. He's in such a desperate situation to keep his pride up that he can't even see the larger picture. Think about it. Phil Burnell, for whatever reason, has people that are willing to do fan art for him, people willing to design shirts for him. He has some actually pretty creative individuals over there, believe it or not. He could be, who, for whatever reason, don't want or don't ever demand money from him. He could use these people. He's already doing it, but he could use these resources to his advantage. The shirts that you see sometimes, most of them are hit or miss for me. I certainly would never wear any of them in public, but most of them are hit or miss. But you have people over there that have some really creative ideas, and he's not building upon that. If you looked into Darkside Phil's email and whatnot, I'm just assuming at this point, I'm sure there's some very creative people who have sent him some very creative shit. Excuse me. But he won't, but unless you put it on the King of Hate forums, he's probably not going to look at it even if it's over there. And why the fuck would you want to go over to the King of Hate forums? That's why you send him, you go ahead and send him the image files through either an imaging site or just through an email, depending on how big or how small the picture is. You could do that. But Phil won't do it. He wants everything run through his fucking website so he can know who you are. And even if you are a true fan, I still wouldn't recommend you to do that. He's so paranoid that he's losing the larger picture of the money that can be made. He's losing the bigger picture on how to use the resources that are around him to not only financially put himself in a better situation, so to speak, but to even try to square away his image a little bit. He'll never be able to clean it up, but he can shift it, and he can shift it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Phil wants to be considered real. Fuck that. You're the bad guy. Embrace that shit and move off of it. You're a WWE fan. There are people who make their whole career off being fucking heels. You need to embrace that shit and move off it. But see, you have what I like to call Keemstar syndrome, where you want to be loved. And those days are gone. Like right now, even now, Keem is cleaning himself up. And even then, I still wouldn't say he's loved, but people are starting to respect him more. That's cool. But Keem, with all due respect to him, he's in it for the long haul. So this is just the even flow that Keemstar is going to do. And I applaud him for that. Which you, Phil, you're the bad guy. You're just stuck with that shit. So just ham that shit up. Ham and bacon and lettuce and tomato. I know you don't like vegetables, Phil, but ham, bacon, lettuce, tomato, light mayo, and a little bit of pepper. Ham that shit up. And make the best out of it. Because it's not going to change. So you might as well try to profit off it. You might as well go off of it. And like I said, that's why I'll do a video talking about the opportunities that he missed out on. Because if I was in his position, please believe you can make shit happen. You can make a lot of shit happen. And it's not even that difficult. Because everybody needs a bad guy. And everybody loves to hate somebody. And you just embrace that shit. And if people end up loving you later on, then fine. But for right now, given your situation, you know what I'm saying? When you have lemons, you need to make lemonade. But Phil's, I don't know if a pig hoof can hold a lemon. So maybe that's what the case is. And there ain't no sugar because he put it all into the pasta sauce. So I don't know. I don't know. Whatever.
And it's all just completely legitimate stuff. And it's because these people are such creative and positive people that they put this stuff onto YouTube, right? This is the God's honest truth.
So let's go ahead and make that a negative meme about him. Now, in general, just saying it, why am I toxic or whatever, isn't a big deal. But when you take things out of context, which people constantly do about me, and try to act like
I am a nasty or toxic person all the time,
and they say that meme, that's hurtful. That's slanderous. You see what I mean? There's a difference between, every once in a while throwing it in there for fun, or let's just propagate it as a fact that Phil is a toxic, nasty person all the time.
Yep, I'm toxic.
There's no actual positive value in anything he does, so let's just bring him down, There's people who actually...
What do you do that's positive, though? You can't sit there and say that, I play video games and that's positive. That's not. That's not enough for you to shield on. So tell me what's positive about you. How you treat your loved ones? You don't want me to go there. What else? How you treat your former friends? You don't want me to go there. How you treat your pay pigs and the people that come out and support you on a daily basis? You damn sure don't want me to go there with that. So what are you doing positive, Phil? What's positive about you? What, just because Twitch doesn't mind holding your hooves? Like I said, as far as I'm concerned, they already have you over the fire and you don't even see it yet. But what is it that you do on a daily basis that's positive? You want to sit here and say that, every day and everything that I do is negative. That's what they try to perpetuate. Well, then explain to me, what is it that you do that's positive on a daily basis? The problem is that you can't. The problem is that all you're going to do is go into some pathetic blame game about, all the trolls and haters that are in my chat, and that's the reason why I act the way I act. You're the adult here, not them. See how that works, Phil? Just letting you know. DSP News.
Me. And try to hurt me in real life. I'm not saying beat me up, but I'm saying they try to do things behind the scenes with my identity theft and things like that. I'm not even kidding you. People have done some really fucked up stuff.
The weirdest thing I ever got was shit. I got shit in the mail. I actually got shit in the mail. I got actual feces through the fucking mail. I can't believe friends is what's the grossest thing someone tried to send me besides the cardboard penis? I told you someone sent me fucking gorilla feces. They thought it was hilarious. Gorilla feces.
They tried to get my power shut off. because they think I'm a bad person because of memes like that. You know? So those memes can be very hurtful because some people are stupid. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing, vote Democrat.
No, here's the thing. The very people who were willing to go that far, if any of that even happened. Well, I know, he said the cardboard penis thing happened. I don't know about the whole gorilla feces thing. But let's say that did happen. Those are people who already knew who you were, and probably were on the negative end of one of your tirades, or you singling out people and shitting on them and so on and so forth. That's what would drive them. I doubt someone's going to log on, see a meme, and be like, you know what? I'm going to go to my local zoo and send Phil gorilla feces. How the fuck do you even get access to gorilla feces? How do you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, that's not how that works. And if he really believes that, he's a fool. If he's willing to lie about it to get sympathy, he's pathetic. Certainly, you're pathetic.
You and I are smart. We get that it's just a meme. It's meaningless. It's just meant for frivolous fun. Not everyone's that smart. There are some really boneheaded people out there.
So everybody who sides with you is smart and intelligent? All right, I guess. All right, fair enough. Whatever.
Who take these things as a fact, and now they do insane things based off of it. You know, that's why it's not good. Okay. Anyway, so vote Democrat. You're the top cheer of the day. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. There's some good discussion we're having today on pre-stream, guys. Thanks. I appreciate this. It's actually interesting to me. I like having intelligent discussion on pre-stream. I do.
Lol.
King of Hypocrisy, you are wrong. You can say whatever you want. You're absolutely incorrect, and I'm not going to bother talking to you about it because you're just stupid.
Why am I toxic? More toxic, more toxic.
Oh, my nose. My nose has been bothering me a little bit recently because the weather's turned into it's spring here now, and all the pollen's out. So in particular, my nose itches a lot. You might have noticed I've been itching my nose a lot on streams.
All right, and for those who are complaining about post-nasal drip, perhaps you should suffer it, because they're like, why is he snorting? Because I have post-nasal drip, and if I don't, I'm going to choke. It's the only way to clear out my sinuses. If you have an issue with it, you should probably talk to God and ask why he gave me post-nasal drip, because I didn't ask for it. I woke up this morning incredibly stuffed, congested in the head. I spent the greater part of the last hour and a half trying to clear out my sinuses. It's life. So either you deal with it or shut the fuck up. Because I've been doing this for over 10 years and had this issue the entire fucking time. And if you have a problem with it, you probably maybe should have realized I had it sometime in the last decade.
Going to Lean In and Goat Laugh tipped me $1. It says, so in theory, can frogs get your electricity cut? Frogs? No. Idiots who believe bad memes? Yes. They tried anyway. They can't anymore. But they did try at one point. I guess the goat laugh now is the new one. And you know what? I'll be honest. I think I like goat laugh. If you want to say my laugh sounds like a goat, I would agree with that way more than the ack stuff. Like, yeah, like a or whatever. That's definitely more like a goat than ack. I've never laughed an ack in my life. So if you guys actually want to say goat laugh as a meme, I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with that.
It's amazing he doesn't hear that. I mean, it's obvious that he hears it. He just doesn't want to acknowledge it. But it's amazing he doesn't hear that. And as a compromise, he's willing to take a goat laugh over the ack. That's what we're at, ladies and gentlemen. He'd rather be labeled a silly goat. Just oh God. Why, Phil? You're not gonna win by compromising. You should just own that shit. That should be on a shirt. That ack should be on a shirt. Jesus Christ. Jesus. What a waste. What a waste. Just imagine being a very shitty bad guy with no manager and just not going anywhere. God, dog. That's terrible. So terrible. There's so much money to be made there. Jesus Christ.
I'm good. Oh my God.
Some people are actually like, oh my God, holy shit, really? Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the goat laugh meme, if that's what it is. But the ack,
Yeah, I agree with Snort Burnell though. I prefer the ack. It's so much better, and it's already long established anyway. So
completely disagree with. I don't think my laugh sounds like an ack at all.
My laugh sounds like ack, ack, ack. Ack, 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 ack. Ack, ack, ack. Why does ack bother me? Because it's untrue. People have made a giant meme. See what I mean? Here's a meme. It has literally no meaning. My laugh doesn't sound like that. Fuck you. You're a liar.
But people say it does, and then they actually virally believe it does. Like, in their head, they've brainwashed themselves to believe that that's what my laugh sounds like when it doesn't. A goat is much better than that. A goat, I mean, that actually makes more sense. Kanji Monster cheered and said, why is emote spam against the rules? Most of the time, people just want to post frogs because it's funny. Well, it's very simple. I don't care about a few emotes here and there. I don't care if you want, every once in a while. But here's a perfect example. Last week, I was doing Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. Now, I'm working my butt off during this playthrough because I'm doing voice acting and everything for the characters. And yes, I know I'm not a professional voice actor. My voice acting is kind of stupid and silly, but people like it. It's like it's a gimmick that I did back in the day, and people want to see it continue.
I'm a mature
you're gonna
adult.
pig-explain that to us? Get on to the goddamn point. This is from someone who this is from someone who's long-winded. Shit, he didn't ask you for the history behind you voice acting. Jesus Christ.
And I'm not a children's entertainer.
So I turned to stream chat during the playthrough because I want to see how people are liking it. I want to see how people are, enjoying the playthrough and the voice acting and everything because I'm working my butt off. And
So you said the same thing twice. All right, good for you. What happened was he turned over because he wanted people to give him. He wanted to see how much money came in. That's what he was really doing. That's what really was coming out of it. If he really gets pissed off by memes because every time he looks at the chat he wants to see self-praise, then you got a problem, Phil. You got a big fucking problem, which goes a long way into backing up what people say about it's literally he's literally expecting his e-dick to get stroked in that chat on a regular basis. He wants praise at every moment, and that's boring, especially when you do nothing to deserve it. Just saying.
Stream chat's full of frogs. The whole fucking thing is frogs, and I'm like, I can't have this, First of all, spamming has always been against the rules. There's people here who are legitimately here to see the stuff. I understand some of you are here to meme and do silly shit.
So yeah, let's build off of Snort Burnell's point here. So you can't spam memes. You can't talk about any sports. You can't talk about any movies that Phil hasn't seen. You can't talk about any books he hasn't read. You can't sit there and joke around with any memes that he doesn't understand. He doesn't want to talk about politics or religion. What can you really do over there? I'm serious. Like, what can you really do? What incentive do you really have to go over there and spend 2 or 3 hours with Darkside fucking Phil when Darkside fucking Phil doesn't apparently know nothing? The guy wasn't even smart enough to run OBS. He wasn't even smart enough to check his webcam. Yet he wants you guys to praise him while he's voice acting, i.e. working his butt off. Yet you guys can't go ahead and throw a couple memes out at each other as a joke. Gotcha. What a fucking waste.
Like the content and they want to enjoy the gameplay and they want to interact and talk about it. They can't when the whole fucking stream chat's flooded with emotes. You see what I mean? You have to understand there has to be a balance. It's okay. It's okay to come in, you want to make fun of me, that's fine. You want to do silly memes, that's fine. But there's got to be a balance. There's got to be a limit. No, you can't come in here and do insanely slanderous memes that are going to make people who are stupid think that that's...
So wait a second. So there has to be a limit. So what, is that like, 10 memes per person, per stream? Is that where we're going with this, ladies and gentlemen? Is that what we're doing, folks? Every person that comes on the Phil stream gets a 10 memes. Sorry, gets a 10 emote limit. If you contribute money, it goes up to 15. Is that what we're gonna do? I mean, if that's the case, then, ladies and gentlemen, and I say this wholeheartedly, he might as well just keep the chat in sub-only mode, and he doesn't even want to do that because he knows he's not going to get any interaction that way. Then you're backing yourself into a corner. You can't put a limit on what people spam for emotes. It's the thing. It's what people do. it's no big deal. It really isn't. You shouldn't be looking at the chat anyway. You should be paying more attention to what's going on in the game. Because this is a YouTube video, remember? You're not trying to do anything to disrupt the YouTube video? Oh, I know. You guys are going to be like, oh, but he's an interactive streamer now. His definition of being an interactive streamer is give me money. So if you're not giving him money, then what the hell does he care about anything? All it's going to do is shitten his mood up. So who cares? Like, he's literally screwing himself over for nothing. For a sense of pride or self-worth that means not a goddamn thing to anybody. It's really sad. Amusing, though, but very sad.
No, you can't come in here and completely fill the stream chat with emotes, because then people can't even talk about the game. You see, there's a balance to everything. There's a nice balance to everything. Women's Fee says, I love the fact you're embracing memes. Good shit, brother. Dude, again, there's nothing wrong innately with memes. What's wrong is when people take them to the extreme to be negative and slanderous, and they hurt people who they're memeing on, and people are so stupid that they believe memes are facts when they're not. That's, you know, just like everything in life. Moderation, right? You keep it under wraps, you keep it under moderation, it's fine. It's when you go to these...
Really? Is that how you... So how did you catch gout? And if I had to guess, if you don't have it yet, you will eventually. How are you going to explain how you caught diabetes? Just saying, Phil. If everything's in moderation. How did you catch gout? And why is it that you say, oh, I haven't had a flare-up in forever? Well, yeah, because you don't eat no more. you haven't had a steak in forever. You probably avoid all seafood for the most part. Definitely shellfish and whatnot. And you have to drink fucking cherry juice every day. Every day. He has to drink cherry juice every day, and I think he has to drink it with at least 1 or 2 meals a day. Holy shit. Is that what Phil 10 years ago imagined for himself now? Having to drink cherry juice to fight off gout? Moderation, right, ladies and gentlemen? Moderation. Oh, shit.
That things get fucked up, okay?
We're soulmates. Oh my God, was she beautiful? So beautiful. I almost cried when I saw her. I was so happy. I was like, you look so amazing. You know, not to say she doesn't look amazing every day. That's one of the things she's good at. She's amazing at makeup, amazing at dressing up and looking nice. And I was blown away at how she looked.
Obviously.
What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a racist. Phil's a scammer. DSP's a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get into the last video of the broadcast. So that should be cool. See you guys in just a second.
This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
And I have to warn everyone, warning, what you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Cat's gone. There was a cat directly below me. It disappeared, man. It's gone. I wonder where it went. Well, he made it to shore. I don't know how to tame a cat. I have no idea. So I don't know if I'll even bother with it.
Oh boy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, last video of the broadcast. Brought to us by Burnell, DSP Gaming. I didn't do anything wrong. The incident was an accident, and singing toxic. Here we go.
Quite frankly, I don't know how to do it. Mark McCauley just sent me $1. Says I would be interested in buying your Wolverine figure if you still have it. Oh my god. That's great. Oh my god. No, I have not had the Wolverine figure in quite some time, Mark. I have no idea whatever happened to it. All the action figures and shit, at one point I just gave this stuff away.
In fact, it was funny. Someone was actually trying to help me rearrange my office on my website, the KingofHate.com forums. Someone had posted up an idea to rotate all my shit around. So, like, my TV... Where did they say my TV would be? Over here, I think.
Now, if I remember correctly, if I saw that originally on Kiwi Farms, someone on Kiwi Farms was the one who actually had rearranged his office form. Maybe whoever it was on his site ended up taking it and swapping it up, whatever the case may be. But that's what I actually remember. So, it is what it is with that. Let's see here. Huh, nice. Nice. But yeah, that's exactly what I remember. I don't remember any of this extra nonsense that he's talking about here. But either which way, he's not going to do it, and he's going to give you the excuse why in just a second.
I would be sitting over here against the wall, so I would have room for a green screen, and then, like, my PC and stuff would be right here where I'm sitting now. So I said, that's fine, except there's one problem. My air conditioner has to be in front of the window, and it would literally be blowing not only on me, but all of my equipment, like my laptop and everything, non-stop during the hotter months of the year. And it would basically make me cold, and it would damage the equipment, so I couldn't do that. That's actually why where I am, because the air conditioner's there, and it's maximum distance from where I'm sitting, so that way it's not blowing directly on me. Alright, so anyway. Lollerman Shears said, reminder to make Cause a mod, and the answer is no, never. Absolutely not. Wouldn't cold air be good for the computer? Yes, it's good to be in an air-conditioned room. No, it is not good for the air conditioner to be blowing directly on the computer. I know this for a fact.
You know, keep in mind the fact that I've said numerous times that in the early 2000s to mid-2000s, I built gaming PCs for a hobby. I once had a LAN set up in my...
Oh, is this when this guy started talking that stupid... Is this when Phil started talking that stupid shit about cool air and moisture and shit? Oh, fuck. I was supposed to wait till Asian GTG comes by for that. Well, since he's out of town... we'll have to go without him. We can always go over it again later. Oh, boy.
House for games such as Unreal Tournament and Quake, and I loved doing it. So I know all about it, and I know how it works, right? I used to be in that group of people who I wanted to play everything on PC. Like, I used to be one of you. No. Fuck you. You're a liar. You know, I'm a simple guy. I'm a gamer. I'm not a techie. I'm not a fucking guy that knows all the ins and outs of this shit. You're like talking to a lay person. You're talking to a gamer. You're not talking to an editor. You're not talking to a PC, builder. You're not talking to a techie guy. You're talking to a guy who just wants to sit down, press record, play a game, and have fun, right?
That it would actually, like right now, if the air conditioner was right here blowing directly on my laptop, that's bad. That could cause, actually the components to chill and freeze, and also cause moisture inside of the laptop, so both are bad.
No. You didn't say that. Oh, I know you didn't say that. You stupid son of a bitch. He can freeze up the components and it's bad. Woo! Leg slap all day for that. Good shit, Phil. I clap for your ignorance. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Oh, boy. Oh, shit. That's so good. Oh, my Christ. Oh, my Christ. Why did your mother let you leave home? Why did your mother let you leave home? You should have known. Oh, fuck. How did you make it this far in life, Phil? How did you make it this far in life? I demand your computer towers for this now, Phil. All those computer towers that you have in that, actually it's in your closet right there. I demand those, okay? You've been using them wrong. You're not going to do anything with it. You might as well go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Email me at qpuppinasharpsuit@gmail, and then I'll get that shit sent out. God dog, this is bullshit. Oh my god. Actually, I don't think that's the actual email address. It might be. I gotta look. Either which way, just email. I'll email me, Phil. We'll talk about it. Just send them. Just send them to me. You are no longer worthy of it, sir. You are no longer worthy of them at all.
Yes, you're supposed to keep, you know, things like computers or whatever in an air-conditioned environment in the summer, but you're not supposed to have it blowing directly on it.
I'm being racist by not letting Kozatov be a mod. I don't even know what race Kozatov is, stupid. Like, I am a nasty or toxic person all the time. Phil is a toxic, nasty person all the time. There's no actual positive value in anything he does. I literally have no idea what any of you guys look like. How can I possibly know what race he is and be racist? How stupid.
That's right, Billy and Tufug. I used to say I was a good singer back in the day. Whip out your cock, smack it in the face with it. If they say to stop it, just ignore them and keep on slapping. Remember, yes means no and no means yes.
I suspected you were sexist. Grab a girl, don't wait.
That's right, see guys, grab a girl and don't wait. Take their virginity without permission, rip off their pants, and get to your mission.
And yet somehow he pulled 2 girlfriends offline. Amazing. Somehow he runs in air quotes. Air quotes, get it? Anyway, sorry, that was a bad pun. He's running an online business and doesn't have shit for brains of an understanding of how the technology works. The hardware or the software. This is so bad. It's still pretty funny though. Oh, almost brought a tear to the eye. Almost. Oh, Asian GTG is gonna love this. He's gonna love this.
You know, I used to be a good singer when I was younger. I'm not a good singer anymore. I don't sing regularly at all. And since I do this full time, now my voice is pretty messed up. Because I'm talking all day every day now. Slacytron asked, would you ever open a DSP museum? If so, what would be in it? Well, of course, we'd have entire wings dedicated to the big franchises that I love the most, like Street Fighter, and the RPG wing with my favorite RPGs of all time, playing clips of my favorite video game playthroughs of RPGs. So we'd have different
actually, now that I think about it, right? And I've been thinking about this for a little while. Okay? Thinking about this for a little while. Because I think Ultra Street Fighter 4 is still... You can play it on either the PS4 or the Xbox One. And he has both consoles, even though the Xbox is kind of like non-existent to him at this point. He should have 1 week where it's literally open lobbies for subscribers. Excuse me, for subscribers on his Twitch, all right? And I'm talking about like, and we're gonna go to low tier god levels with this shit. So, if you're a tier 1 subscriber to DSP, right? You get a best 2 out of 3. Okay, you get to challenge him anytime during this week or whenever he schedules you in, and you get a 2 out of 3 match with him. If you are a tier 2 sub, you get 3 out of 5. Okay. And if you are if you're a tier 2 sub, you get 3 out of 5, and if you're a tier 3, you get a best of 7. That sounds like a pretty good deal, to be honest with you. That sounds like it's pretty fucking interesting. You know what I'm saying? Gets a shitload of subs. He's definitely going to catch a shitload of donations. If detractors end up getting in there, and by the way, Phil, if you're listening, that's an open lobby to anybody. Don't cry and complain. Don't bitch. Don't do none of that shit. It's open to anybody. Because they're paying their way in. You can... If detractors get in there, supposedly the paid pigs who care about him so much will throw money at that. There's money to be made if he did something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, real money. And like I said, you can get Street Fighter... You can get Ultra Street Fighter 4 for what? Like $10 on PSN? If you don't already have a copy of it from your shit. I think if you have it on Xbox, you can just go ahead and it's backwards compatible. PS4, you would have to actually buy it, unless you bought the collection set for Street Fighter, the last one that came out, and you got it for free as a DLC bonus. At least if you got it from GameStop. If not, you can go through PSN and buy it. He should do that. He could make a shitload of bread doing that. He should do that every other month. You know what I'm saying? He should call it the DSP Invitational or some shit. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be. Matter of fact, here, let me even be more of a scumbag, Phil. You could get, not Kekken, because I don't know what Kekken's head's in on that shit. But, I mean, I guess you could throw Kekken in there if you wanted. But you could get Brian in there, too. To kind of shape it up. That gets both of those dudes some exposure, right? That still gets money on Phil's part. It's a nice way of doing it, and you could literally pull that all week. That's a good look. You know what I'm saying? So Phil this way doesn't have to take up all the battles on his own. So on, you know what I'm saying? They can kind of pass the responsibility around a little bit. You know what I mean? That's an option. But if you want to face Brian or Kekken though, you would have to tip for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You would have to tip, I don't know, like $10 or something to get to play them in a best of 7. You know what I mean? Just to make it fair. You know, well, maybe 3 out of 5 actually. For $10 would probably be more reasonable. Yeah, I guess you could do that. You know what I'm saying? So you could do that for Brian and Kekken, but for the subs, to the channel, it allows you to go at Dark Side Phil. Who knows who would come out to do that? You know what I'm saying? It's a good idea. And you can, and Phil can use that under the disguise, if you will, of a fundraiser. You know what I'm saying? Or a charity event, or whatever the fucking bullshit you want to call it. Just saying, it'd be a good idea. He loves Street Fighter so much, he actually has a pretty extensive history in Street Fighter 4. It sounds to me like it's a match made. He gets to bring out his arcade stick, clean some of the bacon grease off of it, and get started. I think it's a good look, but that's just me.
We'd have the vlogging room. We walk in and it plays the various different vlogs that have happened on funny journeys and things that I've had over the years. And we can, you know what? We can even have the Hall of Detractors, where the biggest and baddest detractors over the years are highlighted for the infamous deeds that they did. And then we'll have the big Where Are They Now to show what fucking losers they ended up being after all of that. It'd be great. All that. How about that? That'd be great. The DSP Museum must happen one day. A whole 2 people will visit it.
Why would you do that? Being that almost every detractor is going to go on, get married, have kids, have careers, own their own homes and shit, not have crazy debt, not having to fucking pull their girlfriends offline. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
Laugh, laugh,
There goes
laugh.
that ack.
Joke, joke. Rage, rage. Laugh, laugh, laugh. Joke, joke. Rage, rage.
How will you be remembered? Took me $1. It says, when people bring up O.J. Simpson, the first thing people think about is the murders. Not that he was the greatest tailback in NFL history. All his records and accomplishments not remembered. What do you say people will think when they bring up DSP?
Do you know there's like a guy in our group right now who's like streaming this whole thing? He's sort of like semi-famous.
Oh, yeah, I think that's Darkside Phil. He was the guy that got caught for masturbating in front of children. Yeah, that's so
in front of children.
He was caught masturbating. I think he's like 35 years old.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was masturbating in front of children.
That's
on
right.
YouTube live stream. Hilarious. He's like he's a pervert or something. I think he's a
That's
pervert
right, I'm a
or
huge
something.
pervert, guys. That's all I do. I just masturbate constantly in front of children. You're absolutely right. That's what I'm known for.
You got exposed for doing that. That's
I got
like-
completely exposed. Absolutely.
Yeah, you did. You didn't even know the camera was
You
on.
know
did
every
you?
inch of
Are
you
you
know
the guy?
every inch of my dick
Are
and
you
balls.
the guy?
Right? You know
Are you
every
the
inch of
guy?
my dick and balls.
It's the guy watching his Twitch.
Is that really him? Is he the
Yes.
one that got caught, Matt?
Yes.
Really? He was the guy that got caught masturbating in front of children. I think he's
I'm
like
literally
30.
watching his
That's
He's
Twitch
like in his
right
30s
now.
or something. He's in his 30s, and he did that in front of children.
That's right. Yes.
But
On-
I've seen
on
so much.
purpose.
I'm a fan.
What?
I don't know what to say.
It all depends. It all depends. It depends on who they are. For people who are actually longtime fans of viewers of my content, they'll think about their favorite moments. What's DSP's favorite moment? The Heavy Rain playthrough, this moment, that moment. You see what I mean? For people who only know me from stupid shit like the incident, they'll remember the incident. From people who are my detractors, they'll remember all kinds of fucked up shit that they made up over the years. That I'm a beggar, and I'm a thief, and I'm this, and I'm that. So it all depends.
He's
on
leaving out some moments, to be honest with you. Phil's going to be remembered, if anything, the one community that he would want to be remembered the most is the one that's going to forget him the quickest. Some of them already have. They certainly moved on from him. The FGC. If you guys remember, the last buzz that came out of the FGC that pertained to Phil was what, Cloud 805, I think? And when and it was an accident, he didn't know. But when he thought Phil Burnell ended up bringing a knife, or was it a gun? No, it was a knife. When he brought a gun to Evo and they kicked him out or whatnot, which it wasn't him, it was another guy. I've already done a video going over that already. That was probably the biggest thing that came out of that. And it wasn't misinformation. The kid is definitely, it was misinformation because the kid didn't know. But he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it's not like he looked all that up. You know what I'm saying? When you hear of Darkside Phil, you think he's a spurg. That's what he is. It's all he's ever been. As for his accomplishments and everything like that, to be honest with you, outside of what Mike Watson said, and some of the other guys that Phil's had a run in, and even then they let that go that year, if not a couple years later after SOK ended up talking to them, no one else gives a shit about the 4th place finish except for Phil. And people like me who like talking him down on it. Other than that, no one gives a shit. So the FGC is going to be the one place that Phil is going to regret not being remembered. At the end of the day, people will come up with all kinds of stuff about him. Most of it will be real. Most of it will be somewhat legit. But overall, he'll be forgotten. So that's what the situation is with the FGC. As it pertains to YouTube, there's a literal fucking fun house of stuff that he'll be remembered by, that he'll sit there and say it didn't happen or it was taken out of context and so on. So he'll be fighting that battle for the rest of his life, and it's worthless. End of story. So that's YouTube. And then you get into basically everything outside of YouTube, meaning that his interaction with other Twitch streamers, other YouTubers, and I mean this on different platforms, mainly Twitter. When you start getting into that category, his interactions with other content creators, other people on Twitch, this, that, and the third, then you start getting into that. Either which way, he's fucked. He's screwed either which way, because in all 3 of those categories, and I'm sure there's more, none of them are positive. None of them are good, and none of them are even worth being remembered for. And sadly, that is the overarching legacy of Darkside Phil. He was someone who had a run for a little while. Just like you say in the FGC to an extent. He had a little bit of something, and he spurged it away, trying to make it bigger than what it was. YouTube, same shit. He came in by spamming the system from the jump, was able to make money, got kicked off, went to another site, got kicked off, came back, begged for an opportunity, and he had a couple of good years. And those years should have been his years where he saved his money and he tried to cultivate a better image for himself. He didn't. He was making so much money, or he was wrongly making that money because Machinima was overpaying him. But he was making so much money, right? And he was riding high that for whatever reason, that he thought this was going to last forever, that he didn't give a shit about anybody, even the people who put him in position. And by proxy, because of his sub count, because he thought it meant something, he decided to go ahead and take on game writers, game journalists, this, that, and the third. He started to harass the very people on YouTube who looked up to him, or who would even question him on the smallest shit, and had them lambasted, had people go after them, had people spam them and abuse them, and so on and so forth. He threatened to dox people. He did all these things. Now, Phil can sit there and tell you whatever he wants to tell you in retaliation. Oh, they try to dox me. They try to do this. They try to do that. If you go back into Phil's videos, if you go back into his history, he put out his address more times than I can imagine. And when he left, and that was just in Connecticut, when he left from Connecticut to Washington, he basically dared people to come find him. And they did. At the end of the day, Phil's ego put Phil into where he's at now. At the end of the day, Phil is going to be just some fucking spurg who got lucky, made a whole lot of money, didn't save shit, became an e-beggar, and that's all he'll ever be. That'll be at least one of the overarching legacies of Darkside Phil. He was someone that was on the platform for way too goddamn long, to the point where he can't do anything else. He's a failure at everything he touched, and he can't do anything else. He's someone who was a predator to an extent, not only on his community, but on people who believed that he was worth a damn. He proved all of them wrong. If nothing else, outside of me saying that you give Phil enough rope and he'll hang himself, Phil has proven that any good deed that you do for him will not go unpunished. Eventually, anything that you've ever done that's helped Phil out in a positive manner will come back on you one day. Whether not through him, through another one of his loyalists. It is what it is. Now, am I telling any of you, don't help Darkside Phil, don't sit there and try to find humanity in him? No. When it blows up, though, I'm going to report on it. That's all I've got to say about it. When it blows up, I'm going to report on it. And if I don't, someone else will. That's all I'm saying. He has a pattern and a history of this. He doesn't value anybody outside of what they can do for him. And then even after that, he's already mentally done with you. He just uses you for as long as he can. And in Phil's mind, how do you respect people who give you money? Phil already believes he's above all of you. When you give him money, that just helps reinforce it. So by proxy, why does he need to respect you? You need, in his mind, you need him. He's asked you for help or for support this one time. But you guys constantly keep coming back to him. Remember what Phil likes to say? Oh, I've helped people out in the hardest points of their lives. You know what I mean? I'm the brightest part of their days on some occasions and so on and so forth. They owe me. So since Phil has that, what's the word I'm looking for? I apologize. Since he has that notion in his head, I mean, to be honest with you, you guys are just paying the toll. You guys are just paying him what he owes. And Phil's going to try to collect. By hook or by crook, he's going to try to collect. I'm not saying that it's the very fan base that put Phil where he's at. It takes two to tango. What I'm saying is none of you guys can ever expect him to respect you. Because he has no reason to. He's already justified that in his head the moment he saw the money. Sorry. DSP News.
Perspective of who you are and how you actually have a relationship to me, that will determine how you remember me. And that's the goddamn honest truth. Now, one thing you gotta realize, how will you be remembered? O.J. Simpson, for all intents and purposes, the reason people remember him for it is because he was tried and the consensus kind of is that he committed murder, alright? It's never been 100% proven in law.
No, he didn't. No, that's not how that works, pumpkin. He was found not guilty. He was basically held responsible in civil court. The consensus doesn't mean shit because that's not law. That's not law. And the reason why I'm making a big deal out of this, which I'm not really making a big deal, is the fact that Phil Burnell always says that I was innocent, I didn't do these things, and all you people are accusing me of stuff that I never really did. But if Phil wants to play the consensus card, then fair enough. I'll do that with you all day. But the only difference is I can prove that you did some of the stuff that you did. If not almost all of it. I can prove that. We can't prove OJ did it. The only thing that they had on him, if I remember correctly, is the cut on his finger. Given how badly Ron Goldman was beat the fuck up, and he was beat the fuck up, ladies and gentlemen, rather extensively. Given the marks that he had on, that Ron Goldman had on his fist, which looks like he was fighting back, O.J. Simpson should have been a mess, and O.J. wasn't. There's a whole lot that was a problem with that case. I'm not going to get into that because that's kind of, that's damn near out of my time almost. But you know what I'm saying? Almost. But well, not out of my time. I was just really, really young when that shit happened. Either which way, it's just, you're not OJ. I don't even know why you're even bringing that up. Being convicted of a double murder and you being a piece of shit are two separate situations. Two fucking separate situations. You know what I mean? And now, with that being said, let's play devil's advocate for a second. The consensus part that Phil's talking about is the fact that OJ ran, which was obviously a bad move. And he's lucky they didn't kill him, to be honest with you. He's lucky that on that highway they didn't shoot his ass down. But, it is what it is. No one actually, as some of the police even said back then, no one wants to be the guy to shoot OJ Simpson. So, that is what that is. Anyway, back to the fun stuff, making fun of Phil.
But kind of the consensus of popular belief is he committed murder. That's pretty much one of the worst, if not the worst thing you can do in life, is to take another life.
accidentally.
Actually, there's worse things in life than murder. To be honest with you, just throwing that out there. There's worse things than murder, for sure. Murder is definitely up there. It's definitely a sin, but sadly there are worse things than murder.
Masturbating off camera, because anything that was bad was off camera on a stream.
It wasn't off camera. Just because no one saw your porker didn't mean that you weren't committing the act. Just saying. The consensus is, Phil, you were masturbating on stream with kids watching. That's kind of what happened. Sorry. I don't know how you want to... It's amazing how you want to throw the black guy who allegedly killed some people in there with that and make you think that was a get-out-of-jail-free card. I don't even know why that even came up. You got caught masturbating on stream. Deal with that shit. You can't talk it down. You can't back it off. That's what happened. You live with it. Even though you did it again later on. Except for you weren't actually on screen, but people heard your moaning.
100 people on it, and that's the truth, is there were only about not even 100 people. It was on pre-streams, or there was under 100 people.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Phil. I don't care if it was 1, 10, or 100. You still did it. You want to downplay that shit all you want, good for you. Okay, if you want to downplay that, let's downplay this. O.J. Simpson didn't actually go in there and do it. He had Kato Kalin do it. And as he was passing Kato Kalin the knife, he cut his finger. Does that make it any better, Phil? Is that cool now? No, it isn't. Sorry, that is my theory, by the way, that Kato Kalin was the one who actually did it and whatnot. So if OJ was behind it, which he probably was, I don't know, but he had Kato Kalin do it. OJ's smart enough to know not to fucking do that shit himself. Fuck all that. Go ahead and get the guy that was living out there in the pool house to do it. Motherfucker's living rent-free anyway. I'm sorry, that's not funny.
Actually watching it, with no audio and only seeing my face.
Oh, we're gonna keep walking it back, huh?
Nowhere near the level of what O.J. Simpson is accused of doing. I hate to say.
No one's even comparing it to that.
For all those who would like to believe
not
it,
really.
It's nowhere near that caliber at all. So they're not even a similar comparison. It's a completely stupid thing to even say. Oh, will you be remembered like O.J. Simpson? No, that's dumb. And that's a really, really dumb thing to fucking say like that. So.
But you still wrote it out either which way.
So there you go. Wow, Phil. You know, you really have a bad rep because of these nasty things you've done on the internet.
Right. Timble says there's worse things on TV. Dude, there's way worse things on TV. Why do you think it's so hilarious when people say, oh, Phil, I can't believe that Phil is still allowed on the internet after what he did. Are you dumb? All it was my face making faces with no audio. That's all you saw. My face making faces with no fucking audio. Nothing was shown that's not even
Phil, I'm assuming that we're going to go into Game of Thrones with this shit. That's one of the best examples, but there are others. Phil, you're not on national television. Okay? You're not even on cable TV. You're fucking online. Without any restrictions. I mean, granted, anybody of any age can watch Game of Thrones. You can do that. But I'm saying very few people do that. You know what I'm saying? Very few people, or at least kids, I would assume, actually watch the sex scenes from fucking Game of Thrones. Some of those kids watched you masturbate. They watched you wax one out. That's the difference. You can't use what's on television as a fucking shield, just like how you try to use Howard Stern for your fucking Nazi jokes. They're not good. It's not your fucking shield, Phil. At the end of the day, you're the adult. And cable television has no control over what you do any more than you have any control of what they do. We're talking about two separate mediums. They have an age rating. You don't. For example. So don't sit there and say, oh, it's television. They get away with it. Why can't I? That's what got you smacked up when you try to use that Howard Stern fucking reference for that Nazi joke thing. It didn't work then. It's not going to work now. God damn it, Phil. I wish you would see through the bait that's sent to you. I really wish you would. But he's stupid, you say.
G-rated. Seriously, like, Is it embarrassing? Yes, but it's not anything to do with like something serious. Like, oh my god, there was nudity and there was like real disgusting sexual content. None of that happened at all. And the idiots that say shit like, oh my god, Phil should be banned from the internet. You're a fucking moron.
Why am I toxic? More toxic, more toxic.
Listen, since then, I came back to Twitch. I do Twitch full time, right? I'm still allowed to upload to YouTube. I'm still allowed to go on Twitter, social media, because I didn't do anything wrong at all.
Splashed, and then it got on my hand. So my hand's like sticky, and it fucking splashed all over me. What the hell? It seriously, and splashed all over my face and my pants. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Drying myself off here. What the shit? Fucking exploded all over me. Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, I'm okay now. I've dried myself off. This thing goes all over me. Okay.
It was a silly accident. There's nothing wrong whatsoever with what I did. And the sickos that actually try to lie and say that I was trying to do like public exhibitionism on stream in front of children are sick fucks. That's all they are. They're sick fucks who are lying to try to make me sound bad. And these are the kind of people that sadly get.
He's the first person I've actually heard say that. So I'm just saying that just from my own part of this. He's the first person I've ever heard say anything about being an exhibitionist. So just throw that out there.
Sponsorship. Why do you think I can't fucking do sponsor streams on Twitch anymore?
Ah, the salty tears.
Oh, you're gonna get salt, 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 salt. It's, oh, even now, again, my mouth overpowered with salt flavor.
Because they went and spammed those lies, you know, on the social media feeds of things like Ubisoft, you know? So obviously, there is a negative impact when people lie about things and create memes that are untrue. And that's we were just talking about this recently. How are memes hurtful? Because there's a meme out there that something that happened literally didn't happen, you know? And turning something that happened into something that didn't and making people believe it is fucked up. Because now I've lost out on so many opportunities that I should have rightfully have because what you're saying didn't happen. And that's harmful to me, to my business, to my life.
But here's the thing, though. Aren't those opportunities for shills? Aren't those opportunities for people who can't be honest about their opinions? As for sponsorship deals, I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, why don't you just go out and get them yourself? You know what I mean? Like, it's funny how you like to do these easy sponsorship deals that are done through the platform that you're already on, but why don't you actually go out and try to get and talk to the companies directly and try to get sponsorship deals? You don't ever seem to really do that. You have to wait till it's presented to you. And you really can't move anything. You can't even really move anything off your own Teespring. I'm just throwing out a couple of examples. You can't blame your perpetual failure on everybody else. It just doesn't work that way.
To my wife, to everyone, because you fucked around and lied about me, you know? That's fucked up. Timbo sliced here and said, the biggest show in the world right now, Game of Thrones, has naked people all the time, but let's attack a guy that made a face and she saw nothing more than that.
Yeah, you didn't even hear anything. It was silent. It was fucking muted.
So, because we didn't hear anything, and because theoretically no one saw anything, and even though you admitted to the act, we should go ahead and just forget about it. It should be completely downscaled. At one, he admitted to doing it. Well, eventually he admitted to doing it. Two, the implication was there and it was pretty obvious. But because certain details were left out, we should go ahead and try to flip the script into something that's a bit more palatable. Instead of you being a fucking man about it and being like, I did something stupid, it is what it is, and leave it at that. Instead, you got other people trying to walk it back for you and you're going to co-sign to it. Because that's how desperate you are to shake it off. Even though you've told us that it doesn't bother you anymore. You don't even think about it. You seem pretty upset about it right now, though. Just saying, Pumpkin. You seem pretty upset about it right now.
Actually, wasn't it like the PlayStation dashboard music or something? I accidentally forgot to turn off face cam. No, I accidentally had face cam on.
Which means you accidentally turned... Oh, I had to catch myself there for a minute. I had to catch myself there for a minute. No, I'm gonna let that go right by. I'm gonna... We're literally pig-splaining shit in reverse. Holy fucking A. Alright, bro.
Huh? this is not working.
What had happened was the face cam had been on the night before for a stream, and I accidentally had left it on, and then I started pre-stream, and yeah, so you guys saw stuff that you weren't supposed to see. It's pretty straightforward what happened. It's stupid as fuck. How will you be remembered says, I never compared you to OJ, I'm just comparing the name association. When you say the name OJ, automatically equals
Exactly.
murder. No one brings up his past years in NFL. What do you think people say when they bring up the name DSP? That was my question. It's like I said, it depends on who you are. Like viewers who actually watch me.
Now look at him scrambling because you didn't answer the dude's initial question. You tried to deflect, and dude came back on you, and now you got to scramble. Literally.
And not because of the memes and because of making fun of me. Actually, will say, "Oh no, I remember that fun playthrough that Phil did. This or that, my favorite playthrough." That's what they would say. You know, those who hate me probably wouldn't even say the incident. They would say, oh, you know, when Phil tried to scam his fucking viewers and did this and did that, you know, all the shit that never happened that they make up. And then someone who only knows me from that
you mean like the Project 7 trailer? Your words, not mine. Like how you convinced all these people. No, let's reword that. How all these people paid you $7,000 for a trailer, for a 30-second trailer, and you still couldn't come through with it. Like that? You mean like that situation there? A trailer. I wish someone paid me $7,000 to make a random trailer about something for 30 seconds. That should be done quick, fast, and in a hurry. But that's what it is, though. The whole Project 7 reboot wasn't actually a reboot of the series. It was just a trailer. He asked people for months to give him money to support Project 7's reboot trailer. Or no, the Project 7 trailer, not the actual reboot of the series. That makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, absolutely. That's where that's $7,000 well spent. Oh, it wasn't though, because they never actually got it. Because the stars were in line and told him not to do it. It told him to play Street Fighter V. And he hates the shit out of Street Fighter V. Yeah, that sounds reasonable to me.
When it went viral, would say, "Oh, that's the guy, you know, who had the face cam on during stream and he didn't mean to." So it all depends on who you are and your perspective.
Shithead piece of immoral garbage, a morally decrepit, toxic turd that draws breath and sucks the air off the planet, where other valid, fucking morally, you know, good people want to live.
All right, TGJ, thanks for the $1 tip. However, doing asshole references to things from my fucking wife's past, like, are really fucked up, and visually, you know, you're a piece of shit for bringing stuff up like that. Like, only an asshole would. And the fact that that's way in the past, it has nothing to do with the present, just shows what a fucking idiot you are. So welcome back to the streams, dickhead!
They want salt, I'll give them salt. I'll give them more than they can handle.
I got a $1 tip from Epi. He says, how did you feel when Kat chose you? Such a special moment, happy for you. I'm assuming you mean when she said, I do. I mean, it was amazing. I was tearing up. She was tearing up. We were we were basically crying. And it was also awesome to be there, you know, in front of my parents and some of my extended family, who I hadn't seen in a long time, you know, show up to share the moment with us. It was really, really nice, so.
Oh my God, was she beautiful, so beautiful. I almost cried when I saw her. I was so happy.
You know, I'd like to think the last couple seconds you just heard was someone genuine. But sadly, my instincts tell me different. It really do. It really do. And if nothing else, somewhere deep down in this guy's gullet, he knows that should have been Panda in that dress. Just saying. Just saying.
You look so amazing. You know, not to say she doesn't look amazing every day. That's one of the things she's good at. She's amazing at makeup, amazing at dressing up and looking nice. And I was blown away at how she looked. Kat, you need to get out now. That place is toxic. I'm not sure if I want to get out and walk around. Oh, it's a panda bear. It's the first panda I've seen. Hello. Hello. Hi. I gotta say hello to the panda. Hold on. That's the first one I got to see. Hello, panda.
Fuck off.
Is there a way to feed it? What can I feed it? Tame the panda? How do I tame the panda? What does it eat?
But anyway, I need some Freaking chocolate.
It's got a unique call. That's nice.
We miss you, Panda. We miss you.
There's also a pig. Oink, oink, oink. Oh my god! Men have titties too. Fred Flintstone must be to sing Toxic by Britney Spears. Oh my god, what is that? The taste on your lips, I want it all. A toxic, the slipping under. I don't know.
No one's gonna question that he knows Britney Spears? But you don't listen to music. But you said you don't listen to music, though. What? All right, whatever. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt, I guess.
Oh, that you're toxic. Ow. No, I really don't know the lyrics to that one. Oh, the taste on your lips is paradise? That's the lyric? I never even knew that. Taste on your lips is paradise. But I know that you're toxic. Ha! Runs the Clipmaker. Who's this Jesus? You just unleashed the beast. Unleashed the beast. Toxic. Oh. What the hell's going on? Oh my god!
What the fuck? Whoa! Whoa! Stand his asshole, don't lose him.
What in the fuck was that, dude? Holy fucking titty twisting, what the? Damage. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a racist. Phil's a scammer. DSP's a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis.
Oh boy. Oh boy, that was an interesting way of going about that. I gotta tell you, that's special. That's real fucking special. Oh boy. Okay, so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for kind of listening in through that. That, at least in some ways, covers the Flap saga as best as I could, for the most part, without getting extensive. We went over all the aspects of it, meaning, like, you know, people's reactions to it, and this, that, and the third. That'd have been another maybe hour or so. We can save that for a Gout and Wine, though, or something, or a Wine and Doubt later on. And I'll have to get Asian GTG on that whole PC thing. I forgot all about that. So, yeah, that was a good laugh. Anyway, that is the Fappening, ladies and gentlemen. It is what it is. Phil is still not comfortable with it, so he will try to twist it as much as he can. Even if OJ got to kick a hit for him, why not? At the end of the day, it was a really stupid thing Phil did, and he just own it. Just own it. You got no choice. You're not going nowhere. Just own that shit. You know what I'm saying? You have no choice. You know what I'm saying? He should make a shirt out of that shit. That's what I'd have done if I was him. And it's sold too. And people not even gonna wear it. People will probably put that shit on their wall and laugh at it. You know what I'm saying? Or people will just buy it just to have it. Fuck it. People can buy that shit and burn it. Who cares? You have the cash. But Phil's not that smart, you see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Very much appreciate you guys spending this Sunday or Monday or whatever day it is with me. It's been a good time. I'll see you guys for the next broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking. Unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network Productions. For the Snort Report, I'm your host / anchor, GTG, and I'm signing off. Take care of yourselves. End of broadcast. Oh, real quick. Also, the channel update video should be up soon. And then, like I said, I'll be showing you guys the new layout that was made for us and everything. It's really cool. And just give you guys some particulars on where the channel's gonna go moving forward. So that should be out in another couple weeks. Okay. All right. So cool. All right, man. See y'all later. Peace.